First court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Harrington.
Mr.
Alberti.
You want to do,
I had a couple out in custody, and then if I can get them resolved, then I
Okay.
can,
that's fine, we can do that.
and then I can meet with inmates, Your Honor.
Okay.
Could I call first Tommy S. Alberti before the court on the 130 docket? Mr. Alberti is in 24 CF 1305.
Very good.
Your Honor, I've spoken to Mr. Alberti. He's going to enter a plea of not guilty and remain on the August 12th docket.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea and continue this until August 12th. Pre-trial docket.
Yeah, you're good to go. And next will be Takia Alloway. Mr. Alloway, Alloway, is before the court, or approaching in 24 CF 1306. And Your Honor, Mr. Alloway and other people who are wearing short pants know that in the future they need to wear long pants. I did ask them about that. Your Honor, Mr. Alloway would like to enter a plea of not guilty and remain on the August 12th docket.
Very good. The court will continue this matter until August 12th at 9 a.m. Enter a not guilty plea on his
Thank you,
behalf.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I
Ms.
have
Farquhar?
an out-of-custody client.
Okay.
Sean Estey, E-S-T-E-Y. He is present and approaching, docket 2024, CF 1220.
Okay.
Mr. Estey would like to enter a plea of not guilty and keep the case on the August 12th pretrial conference date.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea. We'll come back on August 12th. In the meantime, just meet up with your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have one more out of custody case. I don't believe the client is here.
Mr. Gates, do you have any? We'll wait until the end.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
then, Mr. Gates?
In the middle of signing a plea agreement, if I could have like a few minutes to get that.
Okay. You want to bring out the inmates that don't have an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Atkins.
Right, okay, 70.
I believe there are some out of custody people who don't have attorneys as well.
Okay. Okay, we'll get those. We'll get those next. Mr. Atkins, this is a plea day. At this point, you've been charged with a single count in 24 CF 1349 in possession of a controlled substance. You do have a right to have an attorney. Can't afford one, one will be appointed.
Right.
First order of business is asking if you want to have an attorney appointed.
No, I'd like to try to go ahead and get this over with today, if okay.
Does the state have a plea?
Yes, Your Honor, this is 24 CF 1349, and the state's offer is 2 years of probation and some other requirements, which I don't know if Mr. Atkins is prepared to take today.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Your Honor, if we can hold him, and I will write that agreement
Okay.
up.
So we just need, we'll hold a little bit and allow them to draw it up, and then we'll come back out and ask a couple questions, and we'll go from there.
Okay. All right, thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I just have my other out of custody client up here.
Okay.
This is Eric Carter, 2024 CF 1206.
What is the last name again?
Carter, C-A-R. Mr. Carter would like to enter a plea of not guilty, and we'll keep the case on the August 12th pretrial conference date.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of the defendant. We'll come back on 8, 12, and 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
doings.
Hardaway?
Your Honor, this is Andre Hardaway, case number 24CF1014. There was a transfer memo filed in the case.
There was a what?
I believe there was a transfer memo filed to go to Division 2.
Okay. I haven't seen that, but do we need to enter a plea here today? We can do that.
We can do that today, Your Honor.
Okay. Does he have an attorney appointed?
I do not see an attorney appointed at this time.
Okay. What's the charges?
The charge is battery on a detainee.
Okay. So, Mr. Hardaway, your case is being transferred into a different division, but just in order to save time in the future, you want to have an attorney appointed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So court will appoint the public defender, and we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. That'll just to preserve your rights. And then this matter will be transferred and somebody will be following up with you, okay?
Yes, sir. I thought I saw a transfer order already in this case earlier today. Did that come through?
It did.
So this has already been transferred over. I will tell the court we also have a conflict. We've had to withdraw on Mr. Hardaway's other cases.
Uh-huh.
So my anticipation is once it lands, finally Division 2, we'll go ahead and file a motion to withdraw as well.
Okay. That's fine. We'll still go ahead and enter the not guilty. It'll just save a little time in the future, okay? Thank you.
So Madam Clerk would set that for a pre-trial date in Division 2 instead of a
Correct.
arraignment date.
Thank you.
Set currently for September 9th.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gates. I have, is there anybody here that thinks they have a hearing coming up? Is Nathaniel Hawkins here?
Your Honor, if I can take one real quick, it's from this morning's docket, Mr. Gilman.
We'll do you next, Mr. Hawkins. Hold on just a second. We'll do you right next. Is this from, you say this was from this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hopkins, or Mr. Gilman was before I was scheduled on this morning's docket.
Okay,
It was left as an early plea.
okay,
If I can approach, Your Honor.
you may.
We have a plea agreement to be filed. It'll be for the lesser-included
Thank you.
misdemeanor offense, Your Honor. Mr. Gilman paid off restitution last month, and based upon that, the state's agreed to reduce the charge.
Okay. What is, so a petty theft charge? Okay, state?
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, you want to announce the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gilman will be entering a plea no contest to the lesser-included offense of petty theft. We adjudicated guilty, assessed $270 of court costs, $150 public defender fee. Restitution that was already set has been paid by Mr. Gilman. He'd asked for 24 months to pay those outstanding fees.
Okay.
And it's no probation on that, Your Honor. It's just simply court cost.
So no credit for time served, just straight up costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gilman, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you've gone over the plea agreement with your attorney, pretty straightforward, so just want to make sure you understand this, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, other constitutional rights, and you're entering this freely and voluntarily after talking with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, be an adjudication of guilt, the court costs and fees that are, and public defender fee that are outlined in the plea agreement. You'll have 24 months to pay before it goes to collections.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You can come forward, sir. Are you Nathaniel Hawkins?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, in 24 CF 1204, you've been charged with a single count of possession of a controlled substance. You do have the right, in this case, as I said before, to have an attorney appointed in this new charge. If you can't afford one, one will be appointed for you. You wish to have the public defender appointed?
Yes, I'll have a meeting sometime this week with a lawyer.
Okay. So, do you want to? Okay. So why don't we just continue this arraignment? What's our next arraignment, Madam Clerk? Is it the 8th, the 15th of August? Or when are you meeting with your attorney?
Should be that thing Wednesday.
Wednesday next week?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we just come back on August 15th?
Yes, sir.
And this will be at arraignment, Madam Clerk, so it's still at 1:30. So 1:30 on August 15th, tell your attorney that so that they can
What
follow.
time did you say?
I'm sorry?
What time did you say?
1:30.
1:30? Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate
This
it.
will, we're basically just continuing this arraignment hearing until then.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody else that's here without an attorney is Brandon Highfield? What is your name, sir? What's the last name? What is your last name again?
Fain, F-A-I-N.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Fain, your case is number 24 CF 1199. You've been charged with possession of marijuana over 20 grams. You do have a right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one. You wish to have an attorney appointed, you're going to hire private counsel?
I'm good on.
You're going to have one appointed?
Yeah.
Okay. Court will appoint the public defender. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, just so you have a chance to talk with your attorney before you take any substantive case steps. And we'll come back on August 12th at 9 a.m.
So I'm just having him put his name on the top of the application.
And make sure in the interim, between now and August 12th, meet up with your attorney, okay? So you can figure out what your options are.
I got you.
Okay, thank you. So,
He's just gonna finish.
you want to just go down yours?
I can do my,
Okay, let's do Ms. Farkas's. We'll start with Faglier.
I think I have Mr. Cobb. Cobb?
Do you want to call?
Oh, well, I'm ready for anybody that doesn't want.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, we already did one this morning.
Okay.
So I think it's just Faglier, Fuller.
We did Faglier this morning?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry, we did Mr. Planton this morning.
Right. Right.
Because we're looking for people to get a proper on-court arraignment, but they're not on the transfer list.
They're not on my list either.
Yes.
I don't have a Cobb.
Yes, or Faustino.
Your
so-
friend, the Juan Cobb,
Yeah.
is represented by Mr. Nopes and not guilty for this matter.
Nice. All right.
Okay, what's the other one?
And Sandoval Faustino, F-A-U. Hey, Mr. Fagley. Your Honor, I apologize. This is Joshua Fagler, 2024 CF 1280. I've been in communication with both Assistant State Attorney Giardina and the people involved in drug court.
This case is going to be transferred to drug court. That's already been approved, so we can continue it. We could enter a plea of not guilty, but it'll fall off the docket here. It'll go to drug court, so.
Okay, well, let's enter a not guilty plea, and then we'll set it for the 8/12, and if it just falls off, it'll go its own way.
Perfect, thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, it would be 8/14 if it's not 8/12.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Fuller, 2024 CF 1322. He's on for arraignment today. He's going to enter a plea of not guilty. We just got the discovery a week and a half ago, so I need to go over that with Mr. Fuller. We're doing some investigation. Let's
Okay.
move it along.
So enter a not guilty plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Come back on August 14th.
Thank you.
These are all of my clients.
I think that's all. Let's see here.
I do have Mr. Sandoval still on the docket.
What is it?
Sandoval Faustina. Was he not transported? Oh, we have his name backwards, we have it. Or they have it backwards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, doesn't matter, I mean, it doesn't even now.
I apologize, Your Honor. For whatever reason, our file has his first and last name mixed up. So this is Faustino Sandoval. That's why I couldn't find the file for a second. 2024 CF 1338. This case, thank you. This case is on for arraignment. Mr. Sandoval would like to enter a plea of not guilty. I've briefly discussed this case with the state attorney. We're waiting for FDLE results, and then I think we might be able to resolve it fairly soon, but it needs to be a continuance today. It's already set for 8/12, but if we could have the 8/14.
Very good. We'll enter a not guilty plea and continue without subpoenas to 8/14. If you can get information before then, we can get it back on an earlier date for a plea. They have to wait. Unfortunately, they don't have any control over these reports coming back from FDLE.
Now I think that's everyone.
Mr. Gates, you want to?
I'll take whoever they give me, Your Honor.
Should we, or hot, 1 and 2?
Junior Farquharson? Who's that? Is that in your office? No, not in locally. Farquharson, attorney?
Your Honor.
Who's that?
He's a private attorney. I believe he filed a written plea of not guilty in that client's case, but I will double check.
Can you check on that, Madam Clerk? It's the Ambrose Bruceli. It's 24 CF 1090.
This is going to be Jacob Kubit's check before the court.
24 CF 1091.
1098. I'm sorry if I said 1.
You said on today's docket.
You said on today's document, no plea has been entered?
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mr. Gates.
That's all right. This is going to be Jacob Kubit's check before the court. Just look in the docket real quick. It should be number 29 on the docket.
Okay.
We have the plea agreement to be filed in this case, if I may approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Don't have a score sheet with me, but this will not be down to departure. Mr. Who's check does not score more than 44 points.
Okay. Would you announce the terms of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me make sure I get probation copy. Mr. Kubitschek will be entering a plea of no contest as charged. It's going to be withhold of adjudication, placed on 18 months of probation, waive the cost of supervision, 515 court costs, 150 public defender fee, 24 hours community service work, no trespassing at Walmart located at 748 Bill Parkway, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Maintain gainful employment or complete 3 job applications per week. And then he has to take a shoplifters awareness course, which can be completed online.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Kubitschek, would you raise your right hand, sir?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state, you can put your hand down, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see that those terms are contained in your written agreement that you signed. Have you read this closely and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir, I have the paperwork you did me, and I've read over it.
Okay, and have you been able to talk to your attorney, made sure, ask him any questions you have regarding this plea agreement?
Yes, sir, when he visited, he explained it pretty much, and when it says that the class, the shoplifter thing can be done online, I figured, well, yeah, I got a flat-screen phone, I may be able to finish a class on that or something. Or we'll go to the library, public library, and I can get
Sure.
online and get it taken care of properly.
Okay. So you're comfortable with the terms of the plea agreement here?
Yes, sir.
And you understand you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and this will be a final resolution of this case?
Yes, sir, that's I understand.
Do you have any questions of your attorney regarding this plea agreement?
No, sir, I just know I can't be at the Walmart, so I don't have to.
Definitely can't be at the Walmart.
Target might be able to obtain cell phones from them and stuff.
Sure, but don't even go in their parking lot at Walmart. 'Cause
Yes, sir, I hear you.
they have they're the reason why they're the biggest company in the world. They got real fancy cameras everywhere on Walmart.
Right on, yeah, well, I know that Sam's Club is next door, but Sam's Club is related to Walmart, so I figured, well, you know what?
Yeah, I'd stay away from Sam's too.
All right, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking,
yeah.
yeah, leave the Sam's alone. You just
Yeah,
have to-
leave Sam's, Walmart, no, Target.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
I apologize for being a bother, but.
That's all right.
It's like, yeah, Sam Walden made Sam's Club and Walmart, so don't want to treat Walmart, leave the Sam's Club alone too.
Okay. So we'll have a withhold of adjudication and sentence the defendant to 18 months probation. We'll waive the cost of supervision. They've got the fees and costs in here, but you got to do the community service hours. No trespass at Walmart or Sam's. And got to maintain gainful employment or make 3 applications and do the shoplifter awareness course. So, got all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so stay close. Contact your probation officer immediately when you get out. and stay in good contact with them, okay?
Yes, sir, it's just, one thing I didn't speak about is, yeah, I'm disabled from a traumatic brain injury. I'm not allowed to do like large amounts of physical labor, but if I can get into like day labor, but yeah, I'll definitely go through and put in some applications, but
Okay.
run my name through, like, see that they may not be able to hire me, but I do get SSDI, so security.
Okay,
seal, and
sounds good.
I'm sorry for being a bother, my bad.
Mr. Kiwi said you're never a bother, okay? Make sure to tell the probation.
Yes,
Let
sir.
them know all that, okay?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right?
Okay.
All right. No, talk a little
Next is Hodge.
Your Honor, this is going to be Mr. Hodge before the court. Mr. Hodge should be number 26 on the docket. But this time, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. He's been screened and tentatively approved for mental health court. We're going to see how that plays out and kind of go from there.
Very good. We'll enter a not guilty plea, and we'll continue this until 8:14, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next is Heather Gators.
What was the last name?
Gators.
Spell?
G-A-R-E-S.
221, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Based upon my conversation with Gears, I think if I can pass her, she'd like to speak with me before we
Okay.
address her case.
We'll hold over.
I'll come see you, okay? Vic, this one. That one.
Hickerson.
Your Honor, this is going to be Ms. Hickerson before the court. The state had sent me an offer in her case, just so.
What is the last name? I'm sorry.
So it's Hickerson, but it's actually listed under Hickison.
H?
For whatever reason, there's a missing R. It's 25 on the docket, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The state and I talked about this case. The feeling of the state was that they've actually undercharged Ms. Hickerson. They feel that it should have been burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. However, they made an offer today as a county jail sentence. I spoke with Ms. Hickerson about that. It sounds like she's inclined to take that. She'd rather take it on the lesser charge versus the chance on being enhanced. So if we can pass this, I want to go over the plea and go through in detail.
Very good.
And I think that's all that I have in custody of.
Okay. Mr. Medina?
I have 4 inmates. One of them I'm kind of working on a possible plea deal, but we can get everybody out.
Okay. Well, let's get as many as we can, and then we'll take a break and we'll figure it out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on just a second, Mr. Medina. I need to ask the clerk something.
method of information. But the only reason why Mr. Nix is not here is originally a Judge Brown case, and not guilty plea is filed. It was Judge Brown who didn't reschedule it for 3 days, so he hasn't got a meeting. But that's, it wasn't automatically taken off the docket.
But if you pled it, it's, are you going to do that? So should we just set it on the next?
August 14th. Or August 12th, it's a non-meeting.
Yeah. We'll set those two for August, the deal with August 12th.
Yes, sure.
You all have a Zoom?
Yes.
I have not seen Mr. Cobb.
No. That's one of the, very significant case.
And also I have a Burgos with Durrell.
I know.
That's the same scenario, it was originally division 1 first, so it should just be
Was there a not guilty plea then?
original.
Okay, so we'll continue that to 8/12 as well. We got to figure out. You.
Your Honor, Mr. Mizzou's case, did Mr. Cobb not enter a written plea of not guilty? I guess that's what the clerk is informing.
I'm sure he will, but
Let me check on that.
you have that.
The clerk was shaking her head, Your Honor, so.
I'm double checking.
And Judge Miss Lovelace, everybody Lovelace is on the top sheet. The Brown, she's here now.
Okay.
But I haven't seen Mr. No's side.
That's all right. Well, this is the one that was entered on the other one. right? Ms. Lovelace, will you come down?
I need to grab my papers off the podium, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ms. Lovelace, I know there's a little bit of confusion because you were in Judge Brown's, and then it came over here, and there actually was a not guilty plea entered in Judge Brown's court. So we're getting a little confused. So what we've done is we've continued this to the next cycle, August 12th at 9 a.m. And in the meantime, you've got Mr. Nopes' telephone number.
Yes, Your Honor.
Call him, let him know that we continued it, and meet up with him before then, and then come back. He'll go over, look at your different options and whatnot, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay.
Ms. Yu?
I see you filed a notice of appearance for not guilty plea, then
He did enter not guilty?
he did not. But a not guilty plea was filed by Ms. Jaquette when she was representing this issue back in May.
As long as it was entered. Okay.
So we do not need this.
He does not need Ms. Mizzou. Not guilty has been entered and will come back on 8/14.
Burgos Jimenez.
I'm sorry?
Burgos Jimenez.
What number is that?
That was Mr. Terrell, who previously filed a not guilty plea.
Okay. Mr. Durrell? So Burgos Jimenez has been entered not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll come back on that one on 8/14. Mr. Medina?
Yes, sir.
You wanna?
Your Honor, the only one that I was not wanting to bring up right away was Briones, Briones, Jose, because I'm trying to see if we can work out a deal in his case today.
That's fine, we'll
So
take
I
a
need
break.
few more minutes on him.
Any others you want to do? You want to take a break
I'm
now?
ready to do my other 3 inmates
Okay,
in any order, Best, Brown, and Backoff.
okay.
I just wanted to hold on.
Sure.
Briones.
Okay.
Bess, Brown, or
Backoff, alphabetically, Backoff, Bess, Brown. Backoff is Stanley. I didn't even see if he was on the transport list.
I don't have a back off. B,
I show that it was canceled due to him entering pretrial.
He probably should have been back on the docket. He was more or less did not successfully stay in the 90-day program, and an order was entered putting him in jail. I'm not sure of the particulars, but basically when he went last week to mental health court, or I think it was last week, I received additional information from at least two sources and led me to file a motion for competency. A competency order for competency eval was entered on July 10. So Stanley.
you want to just come back then on the next cycle?
Let's just put the back off on August 14, and we should have a competency report by then.
Mr. Medina, did the court sign that order? Because
Yes.
the state was present at mental health court last week, and Judge Mason didn't want to go ahead and sign a competency order if it was coming back to your honor, so I just wanted to make
Yes,
sure.
Judge Ketchel, I believe, signed it on or about July 10.
Okay, good. So we're up on that for to the 14th.
Thank you.
Best.
Best.
Yes, Your Honor,
Best.
Mr. Bess, Jeremy R. Bess is before the court. And we're working out an agreement, Your Honor. We have worked out an agreement. This is for you. You'll just keep this copy. Okay? And that's ours, right? Yeah. You can read my writing. Hopefully. All right. Your Honor, I'm going to need a score sheet on this. I'm sorry, Ms. Sharpless, you don't have a score sheet. You may have to.
I will have to print it. I have it. I just.
Can you tell me what it is, what the score is, so I can let him know? We have an agreement, Your Honor. He does need to sign it before you're ready to sign. I just wanted to advise him of his total score.
Steve.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'll provide it.
But it's not a downward charge.
No.
So.
Thank you. Mr. Medina, are you handling all three of Mr.
Yes,
Best's
Judge.
cases?
Basically, the two VOP cases that did not have a court date, we did confirm that there was no need for a warrant based on the paperwork, and so we're able to do a global deal for him.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we
Yes,
weren't
Judge.
missing anything.
We're not going to be missing anything. We've got all three cases wrapped into this deal,
Okay, good.
and I'm just.
So there's currently an outstanding order committing arrest on those two cases.
Yeah, and this will moot that.
Thank you.
And he's been in jail, so it's moot. Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
And the state is going to be providing a score sheet, but he does not score DOC, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your
thank
Honor,
you.
this will not be a downward departure, Your Honor.
It will not?
It will not.
And Your Honor, I'm providing probation a copy. Thank you. Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement that's been worked out for Jeremy Rajan Bess in 23 CF 614 and 20 CF 106, which were VOP cases, and 24 CF 1161. He is admitting the VOP in the two VOP cases. He is going to be adjudicated guilty in the new law case, 24 CF 1161, as charged. So he'll have another habitual felony driving felony, third-degree felony on his record. Previously adjudicated guilty in 20 CF 106 and 23 CF 614. Reinstated, modified, and add 12 months concurrent probation on the felonies, which are the counts in 20 CF 106 and 23 CF 23 CF 614. He'll have concurrent 24 months probation on the new law case, 24 CF 1161. They do not exactly precisely match up. I think the existing probation, to which there will be 12 more months, will go on a little longer than the 24 months on the new law case. So whatever is the longest period, that's what you'll do on your probation. So you're going to add 1 year to the existing probation. I think it had an October 2025 termination date, so it'll be approximately October 2026 as a termination date. But that's just based on the limited information I have. Whatever it is, it's going to add 12 months to it.
Got it.
Revoke and terminate for time served on misdemeanor in 23 CF 614. Complete existing obligations. 1 year driver's license suspension. 48 hours additional community service. That's not 48 months additional community service. He was kind enough to proofread my typing. It has to do a minimum of 8 hours per month. Advanced driver safety course, $100 VOP fee times 2, $515 court costs in 24 CF 1161, and $350 total PD fees, including the clerk's application fee.
State.
Your Honor, that's the state's agreement.
Mr. Best, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. It's a little complicated, but when you kind of ferret it out,
Yes, sir.
it makes a good deal of sense. I see that you've also signed the written plea agreement that contains the same thing. Just want to make sure you've gone through this
Yes, sir.
in detail with your attorney, asked him all the legal questions you've got on it.
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this will be a final resolution of all your cases,
Yes, sir.
and you're waiving the right to go to a trial and all that.
Yes, sir.
And you're doing this freely and voluntarily? Nobody twisting your arm to get you to do this, are they?
Doing it freely, sir.
Really? Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay, based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an admission on all the VOPs, and you'll be adjudicated guilty as charged on the new law charge, the 1161. And previously, you were adjudicated guilty in the other two cases. The court will reinstate and modify to add 12 months probation on both the felonies, 20 CF 106 and 23 CF 614. So you add 12 months for each of them, but they run together, run concurrent. Okay? And then in 1161, revoke and terminate on the misdemeanor on 23 614, revoke and terminate the misdemeanor. The misdemeanor goes away. On the new law charge, though, you are having 24 months probation. Okay, so one of them's adding a year, and the other one, the new one, is starting a full 2 years, and apparently they're end up reasonably close together, but they're running separately. Whichever is the longest by a month or two. Okay. So in addition, the terms, the obligation of the probation, the conditions, 1 year driver's license suspension, some community service hours, an advanced safety course, and then the ever-present fees and costs.
Got you.
Mr. Medina.
Your Honor, I would like to just ask for clarification now, and this is on me, but he does have to complete the existing obligations and also on the advanced driver safety course. He represented to me that he believes he has proof that he recently did it. So basically, I've explained to him he can show proof to probation. They may or may not say it's recent enough to accept it, but he has to satisfy probation as to that requirement.
Okay. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I talked to my probation officer. If I need to redo it again, I'll do it.
Okay.
And complete existing obligations.
Okay. Very good. So, any questions, Mr. Best?
I don't know, sir. I got everything understood.
Okay. Well, knock it out. Want you to be successful on this, okay?
Yes, sir. I will.
You got to stay in close contact with your probation officer. That's key.
Got you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best wishes.
So I don't know if it works.
Oh, I got it. Keep it, it doesn't hurt you. Just put it away if you want to. You got to see him. So, ma'am? So, no deal today? Yeah, I understand now what you're saying. We can get Briones out here because it turns out we can't do a deal today. We're ready, Mr. Brown. 1 second, sir. Steve Medina with Curtis Brown. We have an agreement for a misdemeanor resolution in this case. This will be your copy. Okay, so it's on the lesser included offense misdemeanor.
Right.
Waiving the 3 cents. Your Honor, because it's a misdemeanor deal, there will not be a score sheet for Mr. Curtis Rion Brown.
Brian.
Brian. You got it, Brown, last name. I mean, it's going to be a JCS, so I'm not providing state probation a copy. May I approach, Judge?
You may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement, Curtis Ryan Brown and 24 CF 1214 would be adjudicated guilty to a lesser included offense misdemeanor simple battery, and the statutory reference is given. There would be 11 months, 29 days probation. That would be supervised by JCS, anger management course, mental health evaluation within 30 days of release with any recommended treatment commenced within 60 days of release, $622 in court costs, 150 PD fees. Your Honor, I know the state inadvertently, or it's on me too, but basically I wanted to discuss with the state, and I forgot to do it, the issue of no contact. Is no violent contact acceptable? I believe you.
No, and I meant to address that with you. The victim does not want contact.
Okay, so right now it's no contact, okay? So you can't have any direct or indirect
That's
contact.
fine, what about all my stuff?
Well, Your Honor, can he have one visit with Sheriff's Department to retrieve possessions?
Your Honor, the state doesn't object to that language being written into the plea agreement or placed on the
The
minutes.
question though is, how much stuff do you have? Here's the issue.
Just my code, my phone, and just,
Okay, so just, the thing is, when the law enforcement comes in with you, they'll hang around for 5 or 10 minutes. But if you had like a whole half a household,
No,
to, you know,
nothing
back
like
up
that.
your
Nothing like
van, they don't have the time to do that. So I just wanted to make sure.
clothes, phone, and just little
That's
miscellaneous
fine.
stuff.
Just scoop it.
Your Honor, do we need to do that in writing?
Yes.
May I?
You may.
Read that, thank you.
And so the way you do that is you contact law enforcement and then they coordinate. So everybody is coordinated, but you have protection so that, but while you're doing that, you need to, don't be stalking anybody. Just kind of, if somebody's saying something to you, just leave them, just ignore them, okay?
Absolutely.
Your Honor, in addition to adding the words no contact, there was an asterisk that it says one visit with law enforcement to retrieve personal effects.
That's fine.
Understand?
Understood.
May I approach? Judge? And, Your Honor, it's JCS supervision. Can he report tomorrow morning with JCS?
That's fine.
And they may have online reporting. Sorry, sir, do you have a card for JCS? I don't know what your situation is going to be like, whether you have any means to do online intake, but this is where you need to go when you get out of jail. That's where you've got to report first thing in the morning, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, no, I gotta ask you a couple
Yes,
questions.
yes, sir.
So, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So I just want to make sure you understand what you're doing with this plea agreement, and that you're doing it freely and voluntarily, okay?
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure nobody's twisting your arms. Everybody, you go over this with your attorney, make sure you're comfortable with what this entails,
Yes, sir.
okay? And you understand that you're waiving the right to go to a trial and
Absolutely.
force the state to prove their case. So be a final resolution in your case. You understand that?
Understood.
Okay, and that's what you want to do here today.
Yes, sir.
Based upon that, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt to the lesser included misdemeanor of simple battery, and the defendant will be sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation with monitored by JCS. You must, as a condition of that probation, complete an anger management course and do a mental health evaluation within 30 days, and recommended treatment within 60 days, and then there's the fees and costs.
Yes, sir.
Importantly, no contact. I just want to make sure we're not really, where does it say who you're not having contact with?
Just my mother?
We can add that in there or state it on the record. I did not.
I just
don't know
want
if I
to,
had access to the name and the arrest report.
Barbara Brown?
Barbara Brown, let's state that, Judge.
yeah, let's, so want to be clear so that you don't, there's no violation on your behalf.
Definitely won't be.
I know.
Okay, so I'm writing it on your contact copy and the court's, okay, with Barbara Brown. My penmanship is not good, but you know what I'm trying to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
May I approach this?
You may. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Brown, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Good luck.
This way, sir.
So, Your Honor, we can get Mr. Briones out because it turns out we're not going to be able to do a deal today.
Very good.
All right, Steve Medina with Jose Briones, Jose H. Briones, Briones, 24 CF 1302. The state has indicated because he scores DOC, assuming the new charges stick, the state's unwilling to do a deal today that would get him out of jail. We're going to need to enter a plea of not guilty, put him on the August 14 docket. The state's also at this time not willing to do a deal that was a non-DOC deal, so it's not only an incarcerated position, but a go to prison incarcerated position. So we're going to have to get the evidence and see how to best pursue his defense, Your Honor.
Very good. Court will accept your plea of not guilty. Continue this until 8/14.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
I mistakenly skipped over a pro se, last name Dunn.
Done. Bring him out.
He just gave me a couple phone numbers on paper.
Okay.
Dunn?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Patrick Donuts, 24 CF 1337. He has no attorney at this time.
Very good. So you've been charged with domestic violence and disorderly conduct. You do have the right with these new charges to have an attorney appointed. If you wish to have an attorney appointed, you're going to hire private counsel.
It depends on how my VOP works out.
What do you mean your VOP?
Because I'm on bond for this charge right now, and
Right.
if my VOP court date, I think is the 16th. So if I can get that worked out and I can get back out to work, I'll hire an attorney.
State?
Your Honor, at this time, the state's unable to give Mr. Dunn a deal that would get him out today.
Yeah, I know that I'm not going to be released today, Your Honor. Like I said, I still have to deal with, the VOP, so that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure the 16th is my VOP court, and as long as I'm able to get out in a certain amount of time after that, then I'll get back to work and I'll hire an attorney. So if there's any way we can depending on if the state has some type of offer of this particular thing.
Ms. Farkas?
Might I suggest you can enter a plea of not guilty right now, and maybe this case can be continued to the 16th, and that way if he decides that he wants an attorney that day.
Where's the VOP you're talking about?
I'm assuming it's supposed to be the 16th of next week. I was supposed to go on the 9th, but I didn't go. The jail scene that I was, supposed to go, but apparently I wasn't on the docket.
It's a misdemeanor VOP.
Okay.
And it's all paid off. All my classes are done.
Mr. Dunn will talk about the VOP right now.
Yeah, okay. So why don't we just, on this charge, enter a not guilty plea. Come back on 8/14. If you have an attorney if you've been able to resolve your VOP, then we'll kind of figure out where we're going, but.
Okay. Well, can I just go ahead and put in for a public defender just to be on the safe side?
Sure.
I was going to say, Your Honor, he is already represented by the public defender in the VOP.
Okay, so that's a good idea.
Does anybody know?
The court will enter a PD. The court will appoint the public defender. Enter not guilty plea. We'll come back on the 14th. Mr. Gates, I've got a Chloe Guinness. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
No, sir. I just wanted to make sure I was okay before.
No, you're good. Thank you. Mr. Gates? Nowhere to be seen? State?
State will ask for a capias, Your Honor.
Court will issue capias. No bond. Heather Gares, were you going to bring her back?
Yes, Your Honor. We can go ahead and bring both of mine back.
Also have Atkins.
Atkins?
We can do either Mr. Gates or Mr. Atkins, whichever one here. I don't know who's in the
I have
holder.
Mr. Atkins.
You have the folder.
And we also have, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of the guy.
That is the
Far
defense
Warpson.
attorney you were asking about.
Fark Warson. Let's do Atkins. Let's bring him in, and we'll do yours then.
Your Honor, Taylor Sharkins for the state. This is Charles Atkins. That case number is 24 CF 1349. I'm going to approach the podium with Mr. Atkins. Your Honor, I prepared a plea. It says sentencing recommendation, but it's a plea agreement, Your Honor. at this time, Mr. Atkins is gonna waive his, he's let the state know that he's gonna waive his right to a trial in this case. He's gonna waive his right to review the discovery before entering the plea. And he thinks that the plea as follows is in his best interest. 24 months of probation, $615 in court costs, a substance abuse evaluation in the first 30 days, a supervision and beginning new treatment within 60 days, 24 hours of community service, no trespassing at Wright Baptist Church. He's to either maintain gainful employment, have to complete 2 job applications a week, or show proof of disability. He's not to consume any drugs during supervision which are not prescribed to him. He's also to give a random urinalysis at his probation officer's request at least once during supervision, at least once a month during supervision. And Your Honor, Mr. Atkins has let the state know that he would accept that, and I'm gonna sign the plea agreement at the podium, and then I'm gonna have him sign that. And then I'll give Your Honor the plea agreement and the score sheet. And Your Honor, I'm going to approach the podium, or approach the bench with the plea agreement and the score sheet. This is not a downward departure.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Atkins, did I swear you in before?
Excuse me?
Did I swear you in? No.
I'm not sure.
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
So I'm looking at the plea agreement. It's titled sentence recommendation, but like counsel said, it's really a plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see that it has your signature on it.
Yes, sir.
So just want to make sure, have you read the plea agreement here, and do you feel like you're comfortable, even though you don't have legal counsel, there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo in here, but you're comfortable that you understand what the real guts of it are?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Importantly, most important thing is the 24 months of probation and then all the conditions of probation that are on there.
Yes, sir.
That's what this is.
Yes, sir.
So you understand that by entering this agreement, as stated, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, as she said, and
Yes,
you
sir.
know,
Yes,
you
sir.
believe this is in your best interest to get this resolution out of the way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you do feel like you understand it sufficiently enough, even though you're not a lawyer, that you understand what you're doing here today?
Yes, sir, I do.
Did anybody threaten you or twist your arm to get you to enter into
No,
this?
sir, no, sir, not at all.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, then the court will accept your plea.
Okay.
There'll be an adjudication of guilt on the underlying charge.
Oh, yes, sir.
And this court will sentence you to 24 months probation with court costs that are assessed. You must, as a condition of the probation, within 30 days, submit to a substance abuse evaluation and then begin any treatment within 60 days. There's also 24 hours of community service work. Importantly, there's no trespassing at Wright Baptist Church.
Yes,
Okay, you stay away from there.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know what the deal is there, but
I used to go to church.
don't go to their parking lot, nothing. Go walk
Gotcha.
on the other side of the street. 2 job applications a week. Of course, no drugs, random
Right.
UAs, etc.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Good luck. Stay in good contact with your probation officer,
Will do,
okay?
will do. Thank you.
And Your Honor, probation had stated to him when we were standing here that he needs to report by 8 a.m. tomorrow since it's
Is that
Almost very
location, is that over by the U-Haul over off of Bill?
Yes, sir.
It is? Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Ambrusley? So, Mr. Ambrusley, Have you been in touch with your attorney, Ms. Farquharson?
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why she's not here?
It's a myth. He was saying that it's a myth.
I'm sorry?
He's a myth, sorry.
He's a man.
Yeah. All right,
Why
so,
he's not here? Sorry.
I spoke to him just before I came here. He was saying that he entered, I think it's a plea or something like that.
He entered a plea already?
Yeah, that's what the last time he told me that I didn't have a court, so I didn't came, and I got there was a warrant sent out for me, so this time I just made sure that I'm here just to make sure everything goes through.
That's smart.
One has not been filed.
I'm sorry?
One has not been filed.
But is there an appearance? Did he do an appearance?
Yes.
Appearance?
He's on the docket.
Yeah, Your Honor, so the state is, well, let me make sure I'm looking at the right case. In 24 CF 1098, docket entry 45, there's a notice of appearance, a written plea of not guilty, a waiver of appearance at arraignment, and a demand for jury trial.
Okay.
That was
So
filed.
there was a written guilty plea. Okay. So there has been a written not guilty plea. So you're right, you didn't have to come today, but you played it safe, and I appreciate that. We're continuing this matter till 8/12. That's August 12th at 9 a.m. So just stay in touch with your attorney in the meantime and look at your different options, and he'll be in communication with the state and stuff, okay? Any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Any more?
Ms. Gators?
Ms. Gators. Mr. Gates.
Ms. Gary before the court, she and I had talked a little bit earlier. She's asked that the state would consider a probation offer in her case. They explained to her that she's charged with a first-degree felony and scores DOC, but with that understanding, she still asked that the state would consider a probation offer for her.
So are you,
Was
was that a formal ask there to the state?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Your Honor, the state is not inclined to offer supervision based on the facts of this case.
Okay. So that would be a no.
That would be a no, Your Honor.
I don't understand why is that a no? Why can't I have
Well,
supervision?
here's the way it works.
Yes, sir.
So when you have a plea deal, there's a plea agreement between the state and you. Like any other contract, both sides have to agree. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So if they say no, you can say no. They can say no. You both have to agree. So if they say no, they don't have to give a reason. Okay, this is an agreement. What you do have a right to is you have a right to contest this and a right to go to trial, force the state to prove their case beyond every reasonable doubt. Got a good attorney? If that's what you want to do. If, however, you come to some agreement in the short of that, you're welcome to do that. But you have the right to go to a trial. But there's no right to have a plea agreement. That has to be an agreement. Okay? So for today, I assume we'll just enter a not guilty plea, and then we'll come back and you can continue to talk with your attorney. Is there a plea on the table?
There is an offer, Your Honor.
What's the offer on the table?
The offer is guidelines, Your Honor.
Which is?
Pulling it up right now.
It's roughly 27.25 months DOC.
Okay.
2, 3 years.
Gotcha.
And as I've explained to Ms. Gears, that's the state's position. That, however, we're willing to consider treatment as an alternative. I've discussed that with Ms. Gears, and we may pursue that, but she had asked for today the state to consider probation, and I told her I had no problem asking on the record formally for a probation offer, which the state has said they would not be willing to do.
Well, my plea is no contest. I mean, I haven't had the chance to successfully ever complete probation. I would like the chance to do so. I'm humbling myself. I'd like the opportunity to prove myself to the world and just do something good for once. I've been
going through a lot, and I have a daughter, I have a life, I have people that I love, and I want to help myself more than anything.
And as I've said, Your Honor, there's not much I can do other than enter the not guilty for today, continue to try and negotiate.
It's not guilty, it's no contest, sir.
Okay. The formal charge when you're wanting to offer is no contest, but not guilty is what you do preliminarily.
I don't want to go to trial.
Okay. Ma'am, with all due respect, you don't understand the procedures. What you need to do is you need to listen to your very, very capable lawyer, and he'll walk you through this stuff. I'm not here to argue with you. This is only a procedural hearing in order to take a plea. So I'm going to, on your behalf, which when your attorney explains it, he'll explain it to you, is for your benefit, I'm entering a not guilty plea, and we'll come back on 8/14. Thank you. Hickerson?
Yes, sure. I think the next one's going to be Hickerson.
Hickerson?
I'm not sure
How
how.
do we correct the spelling?
I was just about to say, I'm not sure other Madam Clerk wants us to fix it.
I put AKA Hickerson, however, it was put in how it's notated on the arrest report. It says Hickerson.
Oh, it's because the old arrest report.
But I did put AKA Hickerson on the minute sheet.
Oh, okay. Probably better to put Hickerson, AKA Hickerson.
That would be my suggestion, Your Honor.
But
considering
I'm not telling you. You got to do how you.
I've talked with her mother. It's Hickerson.
You sure?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Number 86. Yeah, she's already came out once.
That's all back here. Yes. Your Honor, I passed Ms. Hickerson earlier so that we could go over the plea agreement in detail. She is, at this time, going to be signing the plea agreement. May I approach Your Honor with the plea agreement?
May.
I don't have a score sheet, but this will not be a downward departure.
Okay.
Ms. Hickerson did not score more than 44 points.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And just for the record, Your Honor, Ms. Hickerson and I have discussed this case. Essentially, the conversation we had was to try and see about probation, to try and get her transferred back to Tennessee, which is where she's from. After speaking with the state position was is that she was charged originally with burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. Mr. Losco filed actually burglary of unoccupied structure, which is
severely reduced considering the dwelling charge.
Right.
And the state essentially said that their position was either she takes the county jail offer that we have currently, or they file on the dwelling charge would subject Ms. Hickerson to violent felony offender designation and all that. Given the option of...
Yeah, the unoccupied dwelling, is that an F2 or still an F3?
It's, I want to say it's an F2, L6. I know there's not much difference between occupied and unoccupied.
Right.
Given the potential of being the score going up in the designation, Ms. Hickerson felt that this was in her best interest to take this offer, although it's not what she wanted. Given the potential outcomes, this is the route she chose.
Sure.
She'll be entering a plea of no contest as charged, adjudicated guilty, 11 months, 29 days, county jail concurrent between each count, with credit for all time served. 515 court costs, 150 public offender fee, reserve over and restitution to Mr. David Hanzel. Defendant would ask for 24 months from date release to pay those outstanding costs and restitution before the central collections and
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor, and the state will submit a score sheet.
Thank you. Ms. Hickerson, would you raise your right hand? You swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement, and those terms are contained in the written plea agreement that I see that you've signed. So have you read this closely and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had all your legal questions answered? There's a lot of legal stuff in here. I
Yes, sir.
see Mr. Gates has marked up his own copies. That's probably, as he's going through it, he's checking it off, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you've gone over it in detail. I see that. And you understand that by entering into this, importantly, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's an important constitutional right you have, so we have to ask you about that. Are you comfortable doing that? Because this will be a final resolution in your case. This will be done. Even though you have a right to appeal in 30 days after today, but other than that, this will be a resolution in your case.
Yes, sir.
Is that, do you believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And nobody's threatened or coerced you to get you to enter into this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, then, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt. The court will sentence you to 11 months, 29 days in the county jail on each count. They will run concurrent. They'll run at the same time, and you will get credit for all time served. The standard court cost and fees, public defender fees. There'll be a reservation of a restitution. What that means is that if at some point Mr. Hensel says there should be some restitution, you'll have a right to argue it. That's not being decided here today. It's just being reserved, held aside, okay? And the defendant, you will be able to have 24 months from the time of your release to pay any fees and costs so that hopefully you can keep from having your driver's license tagged. So, anyway, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck. There's a Brandon Highfield, H.Y. Anything, state? Any?
Your Honor, the state would ask for a habeas.
Nothing. Just want to make sure, is he properly noticed?
It's properly released on May 29th, which is the day.
Very good. Court will issue a no bond capias. Did we do Jose Jackson, Mr. Gates? And that would be he's not here and you don't know.
I do not see Mr. Jackson present, Your Honor.
And what is the state requesting?
State's requesting a habeas.
Court will issue a no bond capias. Mr. Gates, or do you have any other?
Not all this talking, Your Honor. I do have 3:30, 3:15, Mr. Holt for the furlough.
Why don't we, let's see, we've got to do the furlough, and then we have one at 3:30, which is the, 4:30 is the motion to dismiss. Is that still going on?
Your Honor, the state did file a traverse. Mr. Harper, we have been speaking about a plea. Mr. Harper was trying to get his client here a little early to actually speak with his client, see if a plea will be.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and take the 3 o'clock, the motion for furlough? That'll be quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then,
Your Honor, if I can ask that, I'm expecting potential witnesses to be here.
oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. So that's the only things we've got. So I'll just take a break and wait for the trustee bailiff will call me down as soon as we get ready.
Can I just suggest one question?
Sure, sure.